These scones are so yummy. They're so soft, they literally almost melt in your mouth, and they're so easy to make. If you want to see how I make this, keep watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well. So first I turned on the oven to 190 degrees to preheat. So I have here 700 grams of self-raising flour. To that I added half a teaspoon of salt. And then I have some bicarbonate of soda or baking soda. I added 2 teaspoons of this. By the way, if you don't have self-raising flour, you can use plain flour instead, and then also add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm just mixing in my dry ingredients. I added 300 grams of butter. So I don't usually measure my butter, but especially for you, I did a measurement. So it's approximately 300 grams. Usually what I do is just mix enough butter to make my flour appear like breadcrumbs. So yeah, mix the butter into the flour using your fingertips. I mix the butter in till the flour looks like breadcrumbs, just like this. If you wanted to make your scones savory, you could leave out the sugar. However, I'm adding 6 tablespoons of sugar. If you want to put less sugar, then go ahead and put less sugar. This recipe requires you to use buttermilk or sour milk. So do you know what is a great alternative to buttermilk? Milk that has actually gone bad in your fridge. So I know that sounds a little bit out there, but it's a really good replacement for buttermilk, and I would recommend that if your milk has gone bad in your fridge, don't throw it out. Use it for things like scones like this or pancakes which require buttermilk. However, if this is too out there for you, this is an alternative. So you can heat up some milk, so not hot, just slightly warm in the microwave. So the milk is only slightly warm, and then I went ahead and added 4 teaspoons of vinegar. You can use lemon juice if you have that instead. So what this does is that it curdles the milk and it makes sour milk basically. After adding the vinegar, you want to leave the milk to sit for about 5 minutes, but you can already see that the milk is curdling already. So it's 5 minutes later and you can see the lumpy milk. But this looks exactly the same as off milk in your fridge, so why not use that? So back to my scones. So I am using my off milk from the fridge. So wait, let me just make some things clear. When I say slightly off milk, I mean that the milk has gone slightly curdled. It has gotten sour in the fridge. I do not advise you to drink this. However, it is very useful in baking, for substitution of buttermilk, sour milk, even yogurt sometimes. So please do not drink this in your cereal or your tea. It's nasty. So yes, I'm adding 350 ml of the milk to my mixture. And then I went ahead and added 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. And then I poured the rest in anyway because the bottle was basically empty. So with my hands, I went ahead and mixed it. You can use a spoon for this as well if you wanted. The mixture is still really wet, but that's okay. I want it like that. I don't want a really tough dough. I want the dough to be really soft. On a clean surface, I sprinkled a good amount of flour. I would say about half a cup maybe. And then I emptied the mixture onto the flour. So what you want to do now is to gently knead this into a nice soft dough. Scones don't require a great deal of kneading, so do it really gently just until the whole thing is combined. If you work it too much, you'll end up with hard scones. You don't want that, so just gently knead it until it's together as one soft dough. And you can add more flour if the dough is too sticky. So now I'm satisfied that my dough is nicely combined. So I'm just gonna pat it together, and then I want to kind of shape it into a kind of round shape and use my hand to pat it down to flatten it a little. So you don't want this to be too flat. You want it to be at least about maybe 2 to 3 inches thick. Because I don't have a pastry cutter, I'm gonna use a wine glass. So it works, so why not? I coated the top with some flour just to prevent it from sticking, and you just want to go ahead and cut out your scones just like this. So you can see that's about 2 inches thick, I think. So obviously you don't want flat scones. So you want to make them nice and thick. These are so easy to make, and they take me like 20 minutes to mix up, and they are really great for a quick breakfast you can just grab and go. So I laid my scones on some greaseproof paper, and I'm just brushing the top of the scones with some milk. That just helps to give them some color when they cook. Now I just pop them into the oven for 20 minutes at 190 degrees. When they look like this, golden brown and lovely and risen, you know that they are ready to come out of the oven, but they do take approximately 20 minutes to be ready. Do these not look absolutely beautiful? And they really taste so nice, and they are a perfect grab and go breakfast. If this video doesn't prove to you how beautifully soft and fluffy they are, try it yourself and see. They are so lovely with some butter and some jam and a cup of tea. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you try it out. You're gonna love it. Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Bye bye.